NartOutHere here is showing how pros play Anubis. Most of these clips were taken from Blast Premier World Final 2022, where it is the first big tournament that featured Anubis, so we got to see what the Tier 1 pros were doing. 7 out of 8 teams played Anubis with Navi not playing it, but Navi learned it because they didn't first ban it. In this video I'm going to show you the meta from these teams, such as tactics, utility, tips and tricks. Some of these things you might have seen in my previous video, but I'm going to show it again regardless because it's nice to know what the Tier 1 pros choose to use. I put in a lot of hard work in this video, so as you'll see how detailed it is, so I greatly appreciate it if you could give the video a thumbs up and comment below to help the YouTube algorithm, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel as I'm so close to my goal of 50k subs. Without further ado, let's begin. T-side default, the most standard setup is 1-1-3 or 1-2-2, meaning 1 towards B, 1 or 2 players towards mid, and then 3 or 2 towards water. Most of the rounds you're going to see T's default heavy towards the water side because that is part of the map where that'd be the hardest for the T's to take control of, like connector and A main, because that is part of the map that would be the hardest for T's to take control and where CTs can contest the most. Mid is very easy to take mid round as the T's. Pro teams are choosing to throw instant con smokes most of the rounds and not mid house smokes, which I covered in another video that I'm going to link below. Make sure you learn these instant smoke lineups. The con smoke will allow the T's easier pathing to take con control, as well as preventing the CTs from directly peeking into canals and water. The pro teams don't want to waste an extra smoke on mid if they're not going to do anything with it, because CTs are throwing early utility, so it's easier for T's to take mid control later into the round. Hunter smokes connector from this doorway while standing, aims here, then jump throw. This is the easiest mid-house smoke lineup, so you're going to stand inside this doorway towards the right, aim at the corner of the tip here, and then jump throw. Kerrigan smokes mid-house by getting along behind this wall. He is going to aim here while standing, left and right click, and then presses his run throw bind. Hunter with mid-control nades, first he's going to throw the deep house smoke by standing at the sign, aims here, then left and right click jump throw. Afterwards he pushes up where he's going to molly door by aiming there, left click throw, then flashes mid. One way CTs can counter this is flash peeking when they hear this utility being thrown. Flit is going to throw the deep house smoke. For the lineup he's on this back wall and he's going to aim where these two walls meet here, puts his crosshair like this, then jump throw. Afterwards he's going to molly mid door. This is a nice set of grenades to clear mid house as well as door. Tessus throws the deep mid-house smoke by getting along the side of the wall here, aims here, and then jump throw. James is going to flash door by standing in this corner. He's going to aim here at the wood and then presses his run throw bind. GoTV doesn't show the full trajectory of the flash and it will blind anyone holding in front of the door. At least you're going to see it gets super flashed off this angle. If you're taking mid control, you could throw flashes over the door here like you would in Dust 2 mid. Nitro throws 2 flashes from Rug. The first flash is to clear anyone towards door, and then the second flash is to push out towards the door for mid. Mid flash from Rug, you're going to align as shown right here, and then while standing you're going to put your crosshair like this, then jump throw. GoTV doesn't show the flash going fully through the door, which the flash does actually go through the door. Fair warning that the CTs in the back right corner will not get blind from this flash. Here is the real trajectory of the flash. As you can see, it goes through the door. Hunter smokes bridge from the left side of the truck. He's going to aim here while standing, then jump throw. This smoke will land in front of the house and bridge, allowing his teammates to drop down towards window to go towards beacon. If you're pushing up bridge, there's this cheeky angle you could play towards the drop window position where you can catch these CTs by surprise, which Elish does here. It's also a good position if you get flash, you can go ahead and hide here while you recover, then you can swing back out. But here we see Bowden wait for the initial utility, then he peeks and holds this house angle, which he catches PKL by surprise. You could also catch the CTs off guard by hiding on this left wall outside house, which Elish does onto Kerrigan. Extinct is going to molly door where he stands next to the sign and then he's going to aim here, then runs 2 steps forward and jump throw. Fiku is going to molly mid door where he's going to align with this end of the stair while standing, puts his crosshair in the bottom left of the window, then jump throw. Afterwards, he follows up with a mid flash. Ada mollies mid door from outside rug. She's going to aim here, walks 3 steps forward, and jump throw. OC is going to smoke camera from bridge. He's going to align with this left wall here, and then he's going to use the tip of his smoke, puts it near the corner here, and then left click throw. Spinks is going to smoke camera from sign while standing, puts his crosshair like this, then jump throw. Afterwards, he gets towards the bench where he's going to flash mid by aiming here, then jump throw. Matches smokes camera from rug. He's going to stand here at the vase, aims top left of the square, then jump throw. Norbert is going to smoke left side mid palace from this left side of team mid where he stands at this mark here in the wall. Then he aims here, then jump throw. There was an infinite camera molly you would throw with this smoke lineup pairing here, however that got fixed. Here's how James smokes mid palace. He's going to stand in the left corner of this door, and then he's going to put his crosshair like this, then jump throw. This smoke is going to bounce off this wall here, and it lands inside the mid palace room area here, and it's not going to extend out like the other smokes you'll see. Yabby smokes mid palace by standing in between these phones, and he's going to aim here at the 4th circle towards the left, then jump throw. Heroic will use this smoke at the start of the round where they're going to rush out towards mid and go towards camera. Brokey is going to smoke mid palace from street. He's going to stand here, puts his crosshair like this, then presses his run throw bind. Afterwards, he's going to throw a flash over this mid wall here, and FaZe will do a fast A split, which I'm going to link below if you want to see it. To delay mid control, CTs are throwing the bridge smoke, so one way to counter this is to boost on this bench here, which you can see over the smoke, and then this also works as an off angle peek, which you'll see Modesty has to try to flick up, which is a really hard shot to hit. Rain is going to throw a one-way smoke from the stairs off the bottom left of that square, and then he's going to get behind the smoke where he has the one-way forward connector, one deeks Kinder, and almost gets the second frag onto the other player inside connector peeking. If you're going to use the smoke, make sure to get right behind the smoke after throwing it, because as you saw, there was a little bit of a gap there. You do have time to throw the smoke and get behind the smoke as the T's before the CTs can get there. Instead of going down T stairs to peek con at the start, you can go towards rug and do this off angle peek from the right side, which can catch the CTs by surprise. The only problem with this peek is that you're out in the open versus the stairs, because you can easily get flashed and pushed by A main, so you have to have your teammate cover you while you do this. Note, as a CT operator, if no one's peeking from stairs, you gotta be careful from the rug side. This video is not sponsored, so I want to quickly ask you all for your support by smashing that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I'm so close to my goal of 50k, so it would mean the whole world to me if you did. Thank you so much. Some of the tips and tricks you've seen in this video, my Discord has seen them way in advance, and I've got one of the best CSGO communities out there. It doesn't matter what rank you are. There are silvers to pro players and coaches, so make sure to join using the link below in the description and comments, or go to discord.gg/NartOutHere. Magis and Zywoo come down T stairs, and as they do so, they nade stack hell, and they do really good damage onto Shush. It also works vice versa, where the CTs can also nade T stairs at the start of the round and do good damage to the Ts. A main nade set from rug, you're going to stand next to the chair, and then for the main smoke, you're going to aim here and jump throw. Afterwards, you're going to move up towards this left wall here, where you're going to throw this flash for A main. CTs can pass the smoke into A main for the timing. The smoke can be good as it takes away the bait and switch setup from Fountain and close A main for the CTs. Ada is going to smoke A main by standing next to this wall, puts her crosshair on this part of the window, runs forward, and before her crosshair reaches the bottom of the window, jump throw as she runs forward. Afterwards, she's going to go towards rug where she flashes A main by aiming here, then jump throw. As you'll see, the flash blinds the A main players and pushes the operator behind the smoke, unable to trade. Robs from rug is going to flash A main by staying top of the stair next to this wall here, and then he's going to aim here and left click throw. Here's another A main flash you could throw standing in front of these chairs. You're going to put your crosshair to the top left of this box, then jump throw. This flash will blind the Opera that was holding the A main entrance spelling, forcing him back. Apex flashes A main for his teammate. He's going to duck here and put his crosshair like this, then left click throw. Skulls is going to flash A main, seeing that the stairs is smoked off, knowing that the CTs can go aggro, and this flash will set him up to get the frag into Fady. Even if there was no stair smoke, you still can throw a flash or molly in advance in case the CTs still push out. Onto the A site where I'll show you the nades the pros are throwing. Here's FaZe throwing the ATK tactic nades I covered, which I'll link below. If there's one A nade set you must know, it's this one coming from Brokey. From all the Anubis matches I've seen, every team is throwing this nade set here, so learn it. Brokey is going to run throw behind the heaven smoke, and then jump throw the molly for hell, and then throw A site flashes. Rops is going to smoke and molly towards camera and then flash site. He stands in his doorway. For the smoke he aims here, then jump throw. For the molly he aims a little bit higher, then left and right click, jump throw. And then he is going to follow up with site flashes. Now the only issue with this molly is that once it ends and if you're unable to get on site, the CT can push through. Here's the new camera nade set Switcher came up with to counter that. So he's going to stand at the bottom of towards the Tetris here. While standing for the smoke, he's going to aim there, then jump throw. For the molly, he aims here, then left and right click, jump throw. The molly will land in front of the smoke. The difference is that the camera smoke is much closer towards sight, and then the two mollies from camera and hell connect. Yabby smokes camera from Tetris. He's behind this wall, puts his crosshair as shown, then jump throw. We're going to see Yabby throw the same camera smoke. Afterwards, he's going to jump up on the next Tetris box where he's going to molly sight. So there's a camera smoke, and here is the Molotov for sight where he's going to jump throw. A nade set from Tetris where you're going to Molotov heaven. You're going to be on top of Tetris, aim here, run forward and left click throw. Then you're going to move up behind the wall where you smoke off camera. You're going to aim here, then left click throw. I saw a kicker throw this close camera smoke by standing in this corner here, and then he's going to aim as shown, then left click throw while standing. Matches Molotov sight from top Tetris. He's going to aim here, then jump throw. Here's how you Molotov sight from this position here, being on top of these containers. You're going to be aiming here, then left click throw. Then you can follow it up with this flash here. If you want to molly hell from boat, you're going to stand here and then you're going to put your crosshair like this, then left click throw. I saw Jenny R from Big Equipa throw this molly. Camera molly from Rug, stand next to this wall, aim here, then left click throw. Camera molly from outside A main, you can stand anywhere alongside this wall, it's pretty forgiving. And then you're going to aim here and then left click throw while you're standing. Zaiwu has this nade set for an A split. He's going to position and duck where he lines like this, then stands up, aims here where he's going to run throw behind the heaven smoke. Afterwards, he's going to get into the water behind the small bridge here, and he's going to aim here with a flash, then jump throw. So this flash is for his teammates to swing out from camera, and it's going to blind anyone holding from the hell heaven area. Shush from Rug throws a nade into camera, which does really good damage onto Nexa, takes away 40 HP. If you want to smoke CT from Fountain, you're going to stand behind this pillar, aim here, then jump throw. The best plant position on A, as long as everything is clear and covered and the CTs can't push through, is this very back corner because you can spot the bomb from A main. A main retakes smoke from heaven. You're going to stand with these circles on the wall. While standing, put your crosshair like this, then left and right click, jump throw. This smoke will block off A main, allowing you to retake easily. Just note here that the T's can jump off this table here to spot sight. If you have any Anubis tips and tricks you want to submit, make sure to join my Discord to submit them. Link is below in the description and comments. When executing B, pro teams are opting to smoke lane and temple. Those are the main two smokes you need to know, which I will show after these clips. The reason why they're not doing any smoke wall is that by throwing these two smokes, they will have more room to work with after plant, which is the same concept on overpass A site, when the meta way back used to be the 3 smoke wall, but T's were getting spammed through the smoke and it was harder for them to defend post plant. Now teams are smoking bank and jump up and can be up close and towards truck post plant, making it harder for CTs to retake, which is the same concept here with the B site of Anubis. Robs is going to smoke a B connector from spawn. He's going to stand in this position here in the doorway, aims here below the leaf on the rooftop, runs a couple steps forward, and before he hits the next part of the building, walks and then jump throw while he's going forward. You can use this smoke to rush B, as there will be one CT who's going to start inside connector most likely. It reminds me of smoking cave on Ancient when you're rushing B. You isolate that CT unless they want to come through the smoke. Swisher from Ruins is going to smoke off B connector. He's going to align with this part of the stairs and then stands up, puts his crosshair like this, then left click throw. Afterwards, he's going to flash B by aiming here at the wall, run forward and jump throw. This is the same nades that NAF uses from Team Liquid as well. B connector smoke from outside B main on the platform. You're going to stand at the top left corner of this brick and you're going to put your crosshair at the corner of this thing here, then jump throw, and you can follow up with a flash with the same lineup. B connector smoke from outside B main towards the back platform. You're going to stand and align yourself as shown, put your crosshair below the elbow, then jump throw. Afterwards, you can follow it up with a flash through the hole. Kerrigan has this connector water canals flash from Runes where he's going to be standing, aims here, then jump throw. This flash will bounce off the wall and land towards the front connector if the CTs were to peek or push out, blinding them. And this flash here, as you can see, is blocked off by this wall, so any T's coming down stairs won't be blind from it. How does FaZe use this flash? Well, they have Rain coming downstairs and rushing up canals and mauling off connector. However, Kerrigan flashes misses, as well as Elige lands a flash and Kinder peeks off it, killing him. Kicker is going to flash B and smoke Temple, and he's going to do it from this platform where he ducks along this wall, positions with this line, and then stands up, aims here for the two flashes, and then left click throw. After he throws the flashes, he's going to smoke off Temple by aiming here, then left click. The issue with this smoke here, as you'll see, that it lands deeper and the CTs can push out, which we see OC do here, and OC wins his duel. Nexus smokes B Temple from outside B main on top of this platform. He's ducked along this wall where he's stuck into it, aims at the leaf that's sticking out towards the left, then left click throw. Afterwards, he's going to follow up with a flash. Nexa has another way of smoking off B Temple. This time he's going to position as shown while standing, aims here, then left click throw. Afterwards, he follows up with a flash. Naf is going to smoke off B Temple, standing next to this wall. He is going to aim as shown, then left click throw. Twitch smokes Temple from this back B platform outside main. He's going to position as shown and then stands up, aims here at this part of the brick, then jump throw. Swisher is going to smoke B Temple from this back ledge while standing, aims here, then left and right click, jump throw. Hooksy smokes B Temple from this floor level here where he's going to duck at this dark spot on the ground, then stands up, aims here, and left click. Afterwards, he's going to throw flashes by aiming over here towards the left side and left click. Another way to throw the B Temple smoke is using this lineup here where you're going to position at the corner and then you're going to aim at this tooth and jump throw, followed up with a flash afterwards. OC smokes Temple from the canal's water area outside of connector. He ducks at the stair here, stands up, puts his crosshair between these two buildings, then left click throw. Liquid will smoke lane a Molotov Ninja and they split B through B main and connector. Cadian smokes Palace standing on this back wall from canals. He's going to aim here, then jump throw. PKL throws a one-way smoke for Temple. He's stuck behind these crates and canals, uses the tip of his smoke and puts it below this mark here, then jump throw. The smoke is going to land on top of this brick here and it gives the T's a one-way to spot the CT's legs if they come through towards Palace. Skulls is entering out into B and he's able to spot Bowden's legs, and then from Bowden's side he pushes out and he gets punished for doing so and is unable to spot anybody because of the smoke. Brokey smokes temple from outside spawn here towards runes. He's going to aim at the mark that's sticking out on the wall, then jump throw. Afterwards, he's going to throw a flash through the gap here. Ada smokes B temple, standing behind this wall, puts her crosshair like this, then jump throw. Swisher is going to throw 2 B smokes. The first smoke is the temple smoke, and then the second smoke is for lane. He stands at the wall there, aims at this mark for the temple smoke, then jump throw. Afterwards, for the lane smoke, he's going to aim here, then jump throw. And then following, he's going to throw a flash through the gap there. If you're inside connector, you could smoke off palace or Molotov palace by just throwing it off the pillar here. Hooksy smokes B lane from this platform. He is going to position with this mark on the wall, then stands up, puts his crosshair on the top of this tooth, then left click throw. Afterwards, he's going to flash B by putting his crosshair right here between these marks here, then jump throw. Testis is going to smoke lane where he positions with this mark on the wall while standing, aims at this tooth, and then left click. Afterwards, he follows up with a flash. Just note here, this smoke does leave a gap towards the left side. OC smokes lane from this platform. He's going to get stuck into this wall here while standing. He's going to aim here at this tooth, then left click throw. Afterwards, he follows up with 2 flashes, one towards the entrance and then one towards the site here through this gap. Hunter smokes lane from this platform where he's going to position with this mark on the wall while standing, aims here, then left click throw. Afterwards, he's going to throw this flash where he puts his crosshair like this, then jump throw. Hearts Out's going to throw a deep lane smoke. He's going to stand on the ledge here, and then he's going to aim here and left click throw. Afterwards, he follows up with a flash, putting his crosshair like this, then left click throw. Dexter has this lineup to smoke lane from the canals. He stands behind this wall, and then he's going to go towards the 6th tooth here from the left. He's going to put the tip of his smoke on the tooth and then jump throw. This is the up close lane smoke, so there is no perfect lane smoke that covers both left and right area for the close one. So it's going to leave a one way towards the left side, but it does cover the ninja position. Dexter smokes lane from ruins, coming out of spawn, stands next to the door on this dot on the wall, puts his crosshair like this, then jump throw. James smokes left B site by standing here, putting his crosshair below the tooth, then jump throw. If you want to smoke left B site on the fly, you can by just throwing it off this stone here towards the left of B site. You can smoke left B site coming out of spawn from ruins. Get stuck into this corner here while standing. Do you see this bar here? You're going to aim at this part right here, then jump throw. OC's going to throw a B pop flash where he stands next to his wall, aims here, and then jump throw. You're going to see Norbert jump spotting from backside, gets owned by this flash, and then killed. B pop flash from Fiku standing here on this small platform outside B main, aims here, then left click throw. You can flash B from ruins. You're just going to position like this, and then you're going to put your crosshair on this part of the wall, run forward, and jump throw. Here's how you Molotov B pillar. Fetty is going to first smoke off tempo, then he stands next to the box, and then he's going to aim here, then jump throw. Pillar Molotov from outside B main, you're going to duck as shown and then stand up, put your crosshair like this, then jump throw. If you want to Molotov the B pillar on the fly, we're going to see Norbert do so off the B main door entrance here. If you're inside connector, you can molly off the back B platform. You're just going to throw it off this pillar here, which Nitro does with this run throw. And then you're going to see Flames in the following clips do the same thing, except he's going to jump throw it. One entry play you can make at B at the start of the round is mauling and or nading off B main, which Hooksy does here, and he peeks behind the molly, giving him a nice little one-way. He got the frag onto Spinks, who got caught off guard. The molly and nade combo also will mask your footsteps. By throwing this Molotov, the CTs might not expect you to peek behind it because this Molotov is used to slow down any pushes. so the CTs might not think that you're close. Just look at how hard it is to spot the T behind the Molotov and nade combo here. For CT sides, the basic and most standard setups I saw was 2-1-2, which is 2 at B, 1 mid, and 1 A rotate, and 1 anchoring A. The A rotator will have freedom to either start towards A for like an A main setup, or they can help out towards mid. This is the most standard setup. I'll cover some other setups in the rest of the video. If you're rotating from camera or you're in mid, you can flash over this wall here to support your teammates B. Here's a tip for CT operators peeking mid. If you get smoked out house, you can come to a door. If you get mollied out, you smoke out the molly and then continue to peek, which we see here. Here we see Dexter start off going with the bridge peek, gets the opening frag, then switches his position towards the door and peeks from the door towards bridge, gets another frag. OC threw an instant bridge smoke from spawn and FaZe had mollied him out house, and he peeks afterwards, gets smoked out, goes to door, continues to peek, punishing FaZe for not mollying out door here. So you're going to see Nico go ahead and molly off bridge at the start, throws a flash over this wall for canals, and then smokes out the T's door molly and throws a flash over this wall to peek bridge. He can peek behind his smoke using it as cover and acts a little bit as a one-way as well.
Hey, I'm Smoke here, and let me show you a nice setup you can do to help your B connected player peek out. In this round, Nico's playing towards mid, and he will jump right click for this flashbang. This flashbang will land in the air, catching players running out of stairs. If Modesty wasn't smoked off, he can try and go for a fight, but unfortunately he doesn't have the vision. In round 2, they're also going to use the same flashbang, and this allows Hunter to peek out against an anti-eco and jiggle for information.
Next is going to flash over this wall for Neofrag to peek bridge. He's going to aim here, then jump throw. Here we have Apex flashing bridge. He stands at this wall, aims here, then left click throw while standing. The bridge flash can be really strong for CTs if they hear the T's throwing the mid utility. You can also flash bridge from B as we see Rain do here. Knowing how easy it is for T's to take mid control, one thing you could do for your mid teammate is to drop nades for them to use to slow down the T's from doing so. So you're playing mid at the start, what you could do is you could molly off bridge and then you could instantly throw this nade right here towards this bench side. Often not, there will be a T over there, and then you could follow it up with a bridge smoke after your molly ends to delay the T's mid control even more. Brokey's going to do the same thing here, except he throws a bridge smoke and then followed up with a nade. If you really want to get aggressive, you could throw your mid nade. So we're going to see Neofrag flash, bridge, and then go ahead and nade the right side. Follows up with a bridge smoke. Sees no one's behind it. Slowly pushes up and peeks down canals and catches KDM by surprise. OC threw a instant bridge smoke at the start of the round. Alias is going to flash window from the door side, and then he is going to push up and peek window where he almost gets the frag into Fiku here.
Hey, I'm Smoke here, and let me quickly show you this nice one-way smoke on B connector. Hooksy at the start of the round will stand in this corner, aim at this mark, tap W and jump throw, and this smoke will land towards the canals, allowing Hunter to rush out and use the gap. This gap can be a really cheeky way of catching players, especially when they're new to Anubis. And if you want to, you can also jump peek behind the smoke, allowing you to catch some information.
One thing to note about using this smoke is that the T's can have a timing to push up behind the cover of the smoke without you being able to spot them, which we see in the next clip with Zywoo doing so. In the following round, Hooksy is going to throw the same canals one-way smoke for Hunter, who is going to push through, and then he has the gap to work with towards this left here to spot towards the end of canals. He's going to find Apex behind the one-way smoke, gets the frag, and then falls back. Careful when using this smoke because the T's can push up under the cover of the smoke, which you saw Zywoo did in the previous clip. The one-way smoke is super strong as we see Apex peek down and has no chance. Nav and Spawn 1 throws an instant canal smoke while standing, aims here, then jump throw. Your Kinder will flash and push through connector, and Elise from mid mollies the left cubby. The smoke will block off from the stairs peak. Liquid uses this smoke, as you can see, to fight canals early on, which hopefully will buy them time as the T's will have to retake it. So Elise is going to flash window for your Kinder, and then he tucks himself into this corner while standing, aims here, then left click throw, which mollies off this left cubby inside canals. You need to make sure you throw flashes because otherwise the T opper or any rifler can come up towards the right of the smoke and hold early on. If you're going for the canals peek, you could throw your own defensive one-way smoke, as we see the CT do here off the wall, pushes through the T-con smoke, and then peeks behind his own one-way smoke, where he has a gap there to work with and gets the frag, and falls back safely afterwards. Here's the easiest T-stair smoke you can throw. Stand in this corner, aim here, and then jump throw. The T's have way better timing. They can get into water way before the CTs can come out, just to let you guys know. I'm going to show you this aggressive phase CT setup where Brokey is going to smoke stairs as well as canal smoke. And then Kerrigan is going to molly this bridge area. Flashes are thrown and two players push out A main. And then Rain pushes out towards connector into canals. FaZe take a lot of map control doing this, and let's see how you throw this utility. Brokey throws two smokes. The first smoke here is a stair smoke with a jump throw. The second smoke is for canals, where he's going to position his tip of the smoke like that, then presses the run throw bind. Closer look at the smokes that Brokey throw. The first smoke there you see is for stairs, the second smoke is for canals, allowing Rain to come out safely. Kerrigan is going to throw the bridge Molotov standing here. He aims here, then left click throw, then he follows with a flash for A main for his teammates to come out aiming there. Another flash here for water with a jump throw. Twist is going to be entering out A main, throws the pop flash off the roof here, which bounces out, doesn't get flash from it, and pushes into this corner here. Robs doesn't throw any utility, but had Liquid was on a buy round, then Robs would smoke out the molly had there been one from Team Liquid. Just note here that you see Nitro sneaks down from Rug, and Robs was supposed to be watching that. You can quietly drop down from Rug here on top of Tetris, and Nitro does so and kills Twist in this corner. Rain pushes connector, and as he does so, he throws a flash off the wall, goes through the T's connector smoke, and then posts up here and clears his left cubby, then falls back to B. Another aggro setup you could do is you're going to molly off T stairs and have two players rush A main, and then you're going to flash above the doorway here for them to come out. If you want to as well, you're going to see Nap throw the same nade set, except this time around he is going to add in a Rug smoke. Then he flashes his teammate out afterwards. The smoke comes in handy here, as you saw there was a T towards Rug that gets smoked out. Here is an aggressive CT setup from FaZe, where they have Twist the Opper and Rain the Rifler push through connector to peek down canals, and as they do so, Rain throws a flash. And then from mid, Kerrigan is also supporting with another flash. And you're going to see from Yakinder's POV that he has to look away both times, which sets FaZe up to get this kill. Yabby is going to throw an instant stair smoke, which I covered them in another video that I'm going to link below in the description. How Heroic are going to use this smoke is having Katie and another Rifler push through connector through the T's con smoke, and they're going to peek down canals, while Yabby, their mid teammate, is going to flash through window. The smoke is going to block off any T oppers holding from stairs. Here is the mid combo that Yabby's throwing. First he's going to molly bridge, then he sets up to throw his window flash, hoping to blind anyone that's coming down towards canals. As a CT, if you're pushing up canals into water, you have to note that the T's can be Rug, and they can be holding you from this position. Tessus doesn't pre-clear or pre-aim it because he's not used to this map yet. Fiku flashes canals for Flames to peek from connector. He stands here, then he's going to put his crosshair like this, walk forward, and left click throw. Unfortunately for Flames, Config is super blind and holds down mouse 1 and gets lucky kill. Flames inside connector is going to throw some canal nades. So first off, he is going to throw a defensive smoke here off the door there, and then he's going to molly behind his smoke, and then he's going to nade off the wall here for any T's that's in this left corner here, and he's going to push through and fade the smoke, gets a kill on the config, falls back. You can nade bridge from connector, as we're going to see Flames do here by throwing off the wall, which takes away half of Naf's life. With T's throwing the connector smoke at the start of the round, one counter you could do as CTs as the connector player is to spray the smoke, which Rain does here, and he's going to be able to find the frag onto Yakinder. You also seen Rain throwing a nade besides spraying the smoke, and the reason why you're doing both or either or is because since you don't have vision, the T's can walk up on canals towards connector, which you can punish them by doing so. The one thing you have to worry about when making this play is reloading. You don't want to get caught on a timing like Tessus does here. It's very similar as the cheetah and cave player on Ancient when you're spamming the smoke or the walls. If you smoked off connector and you want to re-smoke it, you can do so by getting next to this wall here and then aiming at the top left of that tip of the stone and then left click throw. Naf is jump spotting from back sight, makes contact from this B pop, underhands a flash towards his right and peeks from the left. What's nice about this flash is that you can see it blinds the T's and he does not get flashed at all when peeking from the left side. Fiku from back sight is about to face the heroic B execute and he's going to throw a defensive smoke right here in front of him towards this left of the pillar. And then what's nice about this smoke is that if you jump on top of this thing here, it's a one way to see towards B main where he does spot Yabi, but unfortunately Yabi kills him through the smoke. Yabi does not spot Fiku at all and I would say he got pretty lucky with that spray. Kicker with an insane one-way smoke from this back platform on B. He tucks onto this wall while standing. He's going to put his crosshair right here, then left click throw. He's got a nice little gap here to work with to spot B main. Gets one frag before getting killed through the smoke. From B main, as you'll see, you can't spot Kicker, but the players coming out connector can hear him shooting, and Alias hits an insane jump shot through the smoke onto Kicker. Zaiwu with the solo rifle into this round goes towards B where he gets boosted behind the back left platform here. And he's got this nice little off angle for any T's that would come through, however they're not. Definitely a cheeky little angle from Zaiwu and Team Vitaly, not an angle you would clear. When the T's are executing B and you're rotating in, or if you're playing from tempo, you could throw this defensive smoke here, which Alias does, and it's going to allow you to get out. It also gives Alias a one-way by jumping on top of the brick here towards B main. Rain plays this really tight angle here to watch B main from tempo, and Liquid are going to try to pop in, however the flash is not going to affect him. Zaiwu is going to throw a retake smoke for B where he positions with this mark on the wall, puts his crosshair in the middle of this white mark on the wall here, and then jump throw. The smoke is going to bounce off this top wall and then off the top of the pillar, landing perfectly inside connector, leaving no gaps whatsoever. Flit throws a B main retake smoke from CT, gets along this wall, puts his crosshair there, then jump throw. I see Nitro when retaking B throw this Molotov. Once he clears this position, he throws a Molotov off this pillar that clears anyone in this back left corner. B main retake smoke from mid. You're going to stand in this corner, put your crosshair above to the left of this line, and then jump throw. Just be careful when throwing any type of utility from mid when it's going to be post plant, because there could be a high chance there is a T lurker. Testis is going to push out B main by throwing this smoke off this left wall here, and he's able to creep up behind the smoke to get on this platform, and he has a one way to work with where he could spot outside of B and towards ruins. Just know from the timing that T's can get up to this right wall. And then in the following clip, I'm also going to show that the T's can get on the left platform here without you being able to spot them. Here's the other position T's can be in if you do use this smoke and come out behind it. It's this right platform that I was talking about. Here we see Swisher throw the same smoke off the doorway towards his left and comes out towards the platform of B main here. And he is very aware that there can be a T in this corner and clears it and kills him. You don't have to throw the smoke off the wall. Instead, when you're running forward, you can right click throw. Another aggro play you can make at B is flashing your teammate out towards B main, which we see Hunter do here for Hooksy, coming through and blinding Spinks, which sets him up for the frag. And then in a different round, we see Monsi throw a flash for Hooksy to push through, and he's able to get 2 frags before falling. This flash peek works for any type of tactic, whether that be on a buy round, whether it be on a pistol round like I shown here, or even an eco tactic, which is very common as well. So as you can see, there's many different variations of the B main flash. Here's another one where Naf stands at the wall, puts his crosshair here, then jump throw. Just note that when you're flashing your teammates out B main, that the T's have many positions they can play that they won't get blind. If you want to molly the platform that the T's can hold from outside B main, you're going to duck at this part of the pillar on the ground here, then stand up, put your crosshair like this, then jump throw. This molly will clear out anyone holding from this position. When T's default on Anubis is usually one player towards B, so knowing this, you could have your opera go ahead and prod out B main looking for the pick. Here's how you molly a main from camera. You're going to duck at this part of the wall, and then while duck you aim here, then left and right click jump throw while you are ducked still. You can molly a main by standing at this doorway inside camera, and then you're going to put your crosshair like this, then left and right click throw. Smoke a main from camera, you're going to position with this mark on the wall while standing, aim here, then left and right click jump throw. Smoke a main from mid, so you're going to duck along this door here, then you're going to put your crosshair like this while ducked, then stand up and left click throw. Flames pushes into a main and punishes the T's for pushing through the smoke. Shush is going to throw a main one-way smoke where he throws it off the wall here with his left click and then jumps on the table where he catches flames by surprise and then falls back safely. This smoke can be really good as the T's will hear that a main is smoked off, so they might get careless coming around the corner not thinking that this is a one-way smoke. You could also throw the same A main one-way smoke like DJ does here by aiming here and then right click throwing the smoke. Afterwards he gets on the table, but unfortunately does not spot anyone as the Pain Gaming member falls back. DJ gets really good information that Pain was just throwing presence nades and that no one's here, so that is able to allow rotations towards mid and B. The strongest op angle and position on a site from Blast Premier Finals was from this fountain position here, which we see OC get the first frag, and then he switches positions and peeks from the right side getting the second frag. This position was played a lot with the op. Here are some more clips of oppers using this position. We got Config, Dexter, and then I have a lot more clips that I'm not going to show, but this angle is very strong. One way for T's to deal with this position is to molly off the wall, which they safely do, which we see Brokey smoke it out and still holds this angle. FaZe will have a setup where Rops is going to hold the smoke for Brokey, allowing him to continuously hold the position without having to pull a smoke out. Another op position on A that works really well is this position that OC's in. He's in front of the fountain in this off angle holding A main, and what's nice about this position, as you'll see, is that when UFrag comes around this corner in A main, he clears up close and that allows OC to get the frag on him. So the utility I showed earlier, the A main smoke and flash, can be handful in these situations like this. Dexter opping fountain is going to make a trick play here to bait the T to continuously peek by throwing a defensive smoke towards the right side while he's still holding A main from fountain, which causes the heroic player to peek into him. He could also throw a really bad A main smoke, and I think that would work as well. If you're playing this fountain position like Rops, you can throw this smoke here when you get mollied off. Then Rops will jump into this pit area to hold A main where he has a one-way, but unfortunately he does get killed from fountain. You can see Rops is going to re-aggro and gets killed and punished for doing so. Had he stayed in the pit area and played defensive, he most likely lives. Shush is going to play this angle on fountain where he has a pixel to work with to spot anyone A main. You can see that there's a small little gap here between the pillar that he could spot the T's, and he's going to have a smoke out and he throws his defensive smoke when the contact is made or the execute comes in, which he does here, and then he's going to, instead of peeking, he's actually going to fall back. But you saw there his teammate from Hell had a flash out to throw the flash for him to peek, but he doesn't choose to do so here. This time around, the T's are going to commit through the smoke, however he gets team flash and then gets killed from it. Here's how you flash A main for your fountain teammate. Stand at this wall at camera. You can put your crosshair anywhere around this area, then left click throw. This flash will land perfectly in front of this pillar, so your teammate fountain is not going to get flashed, whether they're peeking off of it or if they're peeking with it, with the second flash if you happen to throw one. And anyone from A main coming in is going to get totally blind and they don't have time to react to this. Apex from Hell has a flash lineup for his teammate that is fountain. He is going to position and stand at these marks on the wall, and then he's going to put his crosshair like this, then left click throw. Now the thing about this flash is that it does go further, so your teammate will have to play anti-flash and then peek after the flash pops. If you're towards camera or Hell and you want to throw a defensive molly for A main, you're just going to throw it off the pillar here. If the T's do plan on committing through your smoke, then you can be in a lot of trouble because you'll see here Pain gets flashes off onto DJ, and DJ by the time he recovers gets pushed up and killed. One common CT set for A main is having your opper towards fountain and then a rifler up close. It works in a bait and switch setup here. Unfortunately, Robs doesn't get any frags off of it. We're going to see the same setup, except Payne is going to use 2 rifles, one towards fountain here and then one towards up close, and they're going to shut down ATK coming into A main. Magis is playing to the right of fountain behind this pillar, and he holds this very tight angle with an AUG and is able to pick off with a 3K. If you're playing A, there's not a lot of positions you can be in when it comes to defending the A site. So Nitro has this lovely defensive smoke that he puts in front of the stairs that he has cover behind, and it slows down the T's progression to advance to take map control after getting the site. You can see how strong this defensive smoke is, giving FaZe a really hard time to deal with him, and allows Nitro to live, allowing his teammates to come in to help. Here we see Nitro from Hell throw the same defensive utility. He sees the execute come in, he mollies off A main, and then throws his defensive smoke where he gets the first frag in the flames, sneaks around the smoke this time round, gets the second frag, and falls back safely behind the smoke, waiting for his teammates to come in. You can see how annoying it is to deal with as the T's, and this is definitely going to be a meta in the pro scene using this defensive smoke. We're going to see Flit fall back mid, and he's going to give it up. He's going to hold it from A, where he's going to be here on the stairs, and he's going to be jiggle peeking with a smoke. It's very important that your teammate is watching A main, which we have Fame here towards the pillar. He gets aggressive and dies, and then Flit has to fall off here. Skulls is going to throw this boat flash coming into A main with this forward jump throw, and it's going to blind Fady, who's trying to push into A main, setting up for the frag for Skulls. You could also flash boat by just throwing it off the wall here as you're running forward instead of jump throwing. GoTV makes it look like it doesn't go farther, but it does. Apex is going to flash boat for Magis to peek from A main. He stands in the back of sight, puts his crosshair like this, then presses his run throw bind. Magis will peek off the flash. The most common CT eco tactic is to flash out A main here for your teammates to push through into water, which we see Nico here. He stands at hell, aims above the window, then left click throw while standing. Double ops on CT side Anubis can be really strong starting out with the implementation of this map because everyone's still trying to learn the peaks, angles, and utility, and this is perfect for an op on each site as players and teams are learning this new map. FaZe, Heroic, and G2 were the main teams from Blast that had a double op CT setup. The issue with Anubis CT side is that you're not able to take map control like other maps, so what can we do to counter this, which is one play is mid-rounding, contacting and pushing out A main to peek into water. As I showed earlier that the T's can nade you from hell, you could do that as well. So you can come through A here at the start of the round and throw a nade through the window here towards stairs and punish the T's for coming down. This is just the start of Anubis, and you can sure bet the meta will be constantly changing as time goes by with these pro teams sweating it out, and you know who you can count on to bring you up to date with the latest meta, NartOutHere. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Till next time, NartOutHere, peace.